Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back to Stamford Bridge, where, God, do we have an episode for you?
So, again, we say this every time, but, what is it, the first week or nearly 2 weeks of March that we're in, and it's like, Jesus, a lot has happened already.
Yes, and I'm at this point, so we've had the theological debate, is God real? I think we can firmly conclude that yes, he is, because what other force in the universe could have created this?
I can answer this, actually, in a non-theological way. This is the product of dialectics. A dialectical process is currently playing itself out, where we get to the end and most stark conclusions. And just to spoil this somewhat, this is the plan. This is the plan. This is what they want. This is why they're doing it.
Hey,
tell me I'm wrong.
It's a way less fanciful explanation.
But tell me that I'm wrong.
I mean, sure, but I mean, this is literally a terrorist using a left wing as a springboard to throw bombs. I don't want to reduce this to facts and logic. I want to revel in it.
But then the leftist was like, yeah, well, Jake Lang was a fucking Nazi and deserved it. I stand by my terrorist.
You have, in fact, actually arrived at the situation where if this bomb had gone off and the guy had been peppered with whatever the hell is inside of it, he'd literally be there on the ground, bleeding, going, well, at least I wasn't an Islamophobe.
Yeah. Just like, and not only that, he'd basically say it's the right winger's fault.
Yes.
I have lost.
Yes.
That's what he would say.
We would no doubt have a long diatribe about how this was actually the right's fault.
Yes. 100% that is what he would say.
It is such a beautiful picture, too.
Oh, you couldn't have made it up. That's the great thing about this. It's like, okay,
I have
like
lost.
it's better to have these conclusions be made for us by them, right? Rather than us being like, well, if you logically extrapolate the end position that you arrive at by following this chain of reasoning, then something terrible might happen. And be like, might not, no, it won't, blah, blah, blah. And now here we are, where it's literally in front of our faces. You just couldn't get a more perfect summary of the system.
Buttery bud.
No, you literally couldn't. There's actually no way that you could make this any more clear and succinct and just aesthetically beautiful, frankly.
Yeah. Like, honestly, if I were to write a fiction to have a communist going, you patriots are evil, you're Nazis, and to have the jihadi lean over him as use him as a springboard, yell Allahu Akbar, and then throw a bomb, would feel too on the nose. Right? It would be like, okay, mate, that's not really going to happen. My sense of verisimilitude is violated by this. I just can't bring myself to believe something this ridiculous would happen. It's like, well, there we go.
Insane.
Yeah, here we are.
That would just actually be insane. And yet,
You'd call it bad writing.
There was another beautiful part, and I need to get to the super chat in a moment because I'm seeing the big ones. Thank you very much. Just I want to have this one. So Matt Osborne here. When everyone who disagrees with you is a xenophobic bigot, that everything you do is wonderful. What a happy coincidence that is. To which Walter Masterson, the person in the video, is like, "You're so close to the point right now." This is the world in which he lives, where his opponents are evil, they're just bigots, they're just idiots. What you're doing is perfectly acceptable, it's the perfect way to do. You are in the right in every way. And then a little further down, you are so close to the point right now.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's mad, isn't it? Genuinely mad.
Yes, the point passed right over your head, and you still have no idea.
Well, again, I don't think we can say they have no idea. I don't think we can say that they don't know what they're doing. I think that we can say that what they're doing is intentional at this point.
Well, there's the thing. So
Jihadis throwing bombs is the point of leftism.
And okay, right. This is a wider discussion again with the doctrine and the intent of leftism, where there's a lot of people who, and okay, I recently finished watching through one of the left-wing Bibles, the alt-right playbooks. I was going to do a video on what the left thought, where it was, where it is today, where its predictions ended up. And I'll hopefully have that done next week, right?
And as you pointed out, how nothing's changed.
Yes. And the fascinating thing is, again, that it is very clear that the doctrine of leftism diverges from the intent of the leftism, and they seem utterly unaware of this. It doesn't even register.
Yeah. As far as they're concerned, these people are only doing the things that they do because you have denied them resources. They're entirely materialistic and can't understand that people might have non-material motivations for things.
No, literally. It's even worse than that as well. Like, they don't view the right as moral people. There's a beautiful quote in the alt-right playbook where the creator is basically saying, I cannot form the right-wing thoughts and beliefs into a coherent worldview, and so I simply assume that they are lying to me.
Yes.
And that's where we are. Like, they don't believe that they don't believe that you're thinking. They don't believe that you have opinions.
They have absolutely no theory of mind for how right-wingers think.
Yes. And it's just a fucking startling realization, but it explains so much.
Yeah.
It's like learning about African time for the first time, and you're being like, holy fuck, that's why.
No, it is genuinely like this.
But right, I should cover this clearly. Honors Fowl. Oh, Buckymus. Hello, Buckymus. For $100. Thank you very much, sir. That's incredibly generous. Art and Sargon, can you explain to me why Dev decided way after police, state, and federal authorities posted... God damn it, I know what this is about, too.
Yeah, no, I can't explain it.
And federal authorities posted clear and concise evidence showing it was a bomb, to then claim he saw no evidence that it wasn't a rock, and moved to claim people weren't really in danger.
Well, he didn't say, I see no evidence. He said, oh, it looks like a rock. It's like, yeah, but Dev, the tone of voice you're using here is you counter-signaling what has happened, as if the right are just being stupid and alarmist, and that's not what's happened here. This is not the time, mate.
Yes. So again, I'll also defend Dev to a certain extent. He didn't say that. I think the exact thing he said was something like, are we sure this was even a bomb? Looks like a rock to me, or something.
Yeah.
And
yes, Dev, we're sure.
Yes, we are sure. We have other pictures of them literally. I think was it. Oh yeah, here we go. We have other pictures of them holding it with like the fuse and everything. Was it a shit bomb? Yes. Were these two people idiots? Yes. Were they bad bomb makers? Absolutely. Did they have every intent in the world to kill, hurt, and injure people with a bomb? Yes.
Yes, indeed. But thank God they were shit.
Yes.
God, that could have been...
God, the education system in America is garbage.
Yeah, but that could have been so awful. Like, 20 people or whatever nail bombed, like just in the middle of this thing. That would have been terrible.
What was the Boston bombing? What was the casualties back then?
I can't remember what the actual casualties were.
2 homemade bombs, killing 3 and injuring 260 people.
Yeah.
And incidentally, this was their inspiration. Suspect New York City terror probe planning attack bigger than Boston Marathon bombing, prosecutor says.
Well, color me surprised.
So it wasn't that they weren't trying, they're just idiots, and thank God for that.
Yeah, sorry, Dev. This isn't one that you can just wish away.
This makes me wonder, Have we somehow taken down the anarchist cookbook? Now people can't make bombs anymore?
No idea. I really don't, actually. Not just because I live in Britain. I literally don't know.
But yes, I saw that quote to you from Dev, and I was like, on the one hand, who's asking a question, on the other, is this wise? Is this the
It's
time?
the tone. It's not even that. It was the tone. Like, he could have asked it in a tone that implied good faith interrogation of the subject, but he didn't. He posted it in a tone that implied Destiny style. Everything you believe is fucking ludicrous. And it's like, no, sorry, Dev, it's you that's ludicrous this time, man.
Brandon, for another $100. Thank you very much, sir. Carl said that the Bush Shira Gog Magog phone call was a meme. Bush Chirac Gog Magog?
What? I don't know what that means.
Bush Chirac?
Bush Chirac.
Gog Magog phone call was a meme.
I have no idea what that means.
These are too many foreign words for me as well. This actually happened, showing the book quoting Chirac in 2007. The accept is Gog and Magog at work in the Middle East.
Yeah, the meme where George Bush, before the invasion of Iraq, was wittering on about Gog and Magog, and Jacques Chirac was just like, "Get the French League of Protestants on the phone. I need to know what the fuck he's talking about." Yeah, okay, that's true. Yeah. Sorry, I was just like, what the fuck does that mean? No, I got you.
Right. That was apparently a real phone call, and that he would have loved to be on the fly on the wall during that call.
Yeah, if I could speak French. But, like, yeah, well, I mean, can you even imagine what their fucking response to that was? Like, fucking hell, these people are nuts.
There's genuine, absolute confusion, one must assume.
Yeah.
Right. And also, for the pony. Okay, the pony's already funded. Don't worry about that. The pony RP is funded, because, of course it is. And Eldrick Saga for another 100. Jesus, okay. Very, very generous today, chat. Thank you. Please invite Saga to the MLP game. I don't think so.
No, I don't have time to play anything, really, which is a shame.
Oh, it's okay. So you don't have time, but otherwise you'd be totally down for a My Little Pony role-playing adventure.
Listen, man, let me politely avoid the My Little Pony role-playing game. All right. I thought I was being so kind about it.
There you go, chat. The moment he goes on vacation next time, there's your opening. There's your opportunity to strike. And Harry, the human substitute Ranka, for £50. Thank you. They literally think we are the super demonic supervillains of history. Insert Attack on Titan, you hellspawn deserve all the crimes in history against you for revenge. Theme here. That Iniega response is the right one. Force them to stop. And no, yes, that was my biggest takeaway from wading through that entire alt-right playbook video series is the left genuinely believes we are evil, like actually unironically evil.
I think it's worth remembering that they believe that the white race is the only race with agency, right? As in, we're the only protagonists in history. Everyone else is following their base instincts and can't control themselves and react only to stimuli as if they're like brainless amoeba or something. And it's only the white man that has made the conscious choice to go against that and therefore oppress everyone. And therefore we're evil because of it. They genuinely think like this.
Yeah, it's actually absurd.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But right then, let's see what Walter Masterson has to say in response to him being used as a springboard for Islamic terrorism. Because this is a beautiful response from him. So
presumably it was something like "My Life for the Horde" or something like that, right?
You would now think that after having had a man climb up on your back, shouting Allahu Akbar, throwing a bomb over your head, that this would have introduced a moment of introspection. Like,
if that wasn't the point.
Only if that wasn't the point, I guess, yeah. Where you're just like leaning back for a moment and going, that was weird. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Unless it was supposed to happen.
I mean, there's a funny thing with that as well. If we bring up his Wikipedia, one of his earliest public appearances was in a movie called Bomb the System.
Who was it?
I mean, granted, it was 2002. It was a very different system back then, but the irony is not lost on me.
No.
20 years later, you will be used to actually bomb the system, except you'll be defending the system. You'll be bombing the people trying to tear down the system.
Yeah, unironically.
Right.
You don't get to come from outside and then tell everyone else.
That's me in the video.
Quick point on that, by the way. Those guys came from Pennsylvania. They weren't from New York. So anyway, yeah, carrying on.
I love that initial clip so much.
You don't get to come from outside and then tell everyone else.
Allahu Akbar.
Well, you know. These things happen. Don't be a bigot, Arch.
It's just the best thing in the world. You don't get to come from out. Allahu Akbar.
It's hard to think of something more foreign than that as well.
It really is.
Like, it could be almost any other kind of war cry. And it'd be more, like, expected.
Yes. It's such a beautiful setup.
That's me in the video getting a bomb thrown over my head. Let me just give you some context for what was happening.
Yeah, you
Oh,
better.
yeah.
We're going to need
Could definitely
a lot
do
of
with some
context
context.
here. We're going to require a whole new level of context to explain this one.
So this was at a
I feel like this is a Saul Goodman clip or something. Your Honor?
I can explain.
Yeah.
And this is, of course, posted to his own Twitter as well, as he's a very left-wing individual, very, very left-wing following. And he now undoubtedly feels that he needs to somehow explain to his followers how this happened and how this does not debunk his entire movement.
Well, to be honest with you, in a way, he kind of does. He basically has to kind of double down on all of this and say, yeah, this was kind of the point and you know it.
Yeah, because the problem, too, is here, like, okay, if you have a moment of genuine introspection here and think, okay, that happened, my actions led to this happening, and it could only have happened from my side of the board, my God, you're going to have to own up to a lot of shit if you start thinking that way.
Yeah. I mean, you just can't coherently argue that this isn't part of the plan if you defend it, right? If you don't, then, okay, yeah, no, I was wrong. If you can't go, I was wrong, then what you're saying is this is the plan.
By white supremacist Jake Lang. He's a domestic terrorist from January 6th, pardoned by Donald Trump. He was holding
This is an important distinction here. He was a domestic terrorist arrested for breaking into a building.
Literally just trespassing.
Yes, for trespassing.
His act of terrorism was literally trespassing, not throwing a bomb.
No. Meanwhile, our terrorists are walking between the velvet lines. Your terrorists are tossing incendiary devices at people.
Yeah.
Apples and oranges. He was holding an anti-Muslim rally. Oh my. How could he have come? Why? Why? What a silly thing to do.
an anti-Muslim rally when this guy jumped over me and committed an act of terrorism. That sounds confusing.
Not
Only
really.
from your perspective?
Yeah, no, that's not terribly unusual.
No, for the rest of us, that's like, yep, nope, that happened.
And that continues to happen.
Yes. But from the left-wing brain, that must... Again, imagine the cognitive dissonance at play here. He's fighting white supremacy. He's fighting the guy who is anti-Muslim. As a Muslim climbs up on his back and throws a bomb.
Again, I think he knows.
Let me start over. So Jake Lang was holding the rally. He's known for 3 things: being a domestic terrorist.
And I love that he begins over again because he's like, okay, this makes me sound awful.
Yeah, I actually don't care about Jake Lang at all in this conversation. Sorry. I don't really see why Jake Lang's all that relevant.
Yeah, no,
I think the bomb throwing is relevant.
Like, okay, the victim of this terrorist attack was named Jake Lang.
And he is a Nazi.
January 6th, pardoned by Donald Trump, losing to the letter S, and as we found out today, grooming 15-year-old girls. Jake Lang was holding...
Sure. Again, even assuming all of this is correct, so what?
Yeah, I don't know who Jake Lang is or anything about him, just FYI, other than the fact that he was one of the Jan 6 guys. And I personally don't see the Jan 6 guys as really having done anything wrong. So, okay, carry on.
Well, the victim of your terrorist bombing has allegedly done these things. There's a lot of victim blaming on the left these days, isn't there?
There is.
Holding this rally, saying things like this.
America is a white Christian country.
America's what?
America's a white Christian country.
That's not really very controversial.
No,
Well, I mean, it kind of is, actually. It used to be a white Christian country.
I suppose
now
it certainly
just a
has
Christian
been more
country.
Of a white Christian country.
Yeah. Now it's just mainly a Christian country.
Is for white Christian men, you're a white supremacist.
Well, that's not what he said.
Yeah.
He simply said
2,
America's a white Christian country.
But if it was built by white Christians, why shouldn't it be for white Christian men? Why should it be for someone else?
Well, you see, Sargon.
I'm a white supremacist now, I got it.
The white supremacists build the best societies.
Yeah.
And it is therefore the duty and the responsibility of the white supremacists to share that with everyone else.
That's literally what they think as well. It's not even mischaracterizing him.
Now, I really want to be clear that I made a huge mistake in not taking cover.
That's the first thing they go.
He didn't make a huge mistake in defending jihadis.
No.
That was not a mistake.
Yeah, no.
The fact that he nearly got killed and didn't act appropriately in the moment is the mistake.
Yes. I should have known from my position that a jihadi would climb on my shoulder and throw a bomb at the enemy. I should have understood and acted more quickly to take cover.
This is my point of it's part of the plan.
I mean, I really don't want to say that because it makes me feel like I'm the left against, like the opponent is just evil, but
he's not in any way concerned about Jake Lang.
No,
dude, he was nearly assassinated by a jihadi. Do you feel nothing? It's like no empathy, no concern, no bond of feeling for my countrymen. No, I'm kind of, just going to sit here and defend the jihadi.
Yes. The mistake was that when the jihadi climbed up on his shoulder and threw the bomb, he didn't seek cover as would have been appropriate in the situation.
Yeah.
Just
mental.
My God.
After this explosive device was thrown, if you're at a public event and someone throws what looks like an explosive device, you're not a wimp for taking cover. We were counter-protesting.
No, you're not. That's very true. Good point. You're actually a very normal person if you take cover when someone throws a bomb.
Fucking stellar analysis right here. This is...
Look at this pussy taking cover because a Muslim's chucked a nail bomb. What are you saying, you lunatic? What kind of online brain rot have you been consuming to worry about that? I just can't even understand, man.
Oh, Jesus.
These fucking people
look like the idiot that he is. When these two idiots...
So we were counter-protesting, making Jake Lang look like the idiot he is. Yes, Jake Lang is the one that looks like an idiot in this scenario. Absolutely.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, that Jake Lang, what a fucking moron.
Yeah, did you see him? He took cover from the bomb. What a pussy.
And literally, they stood there laughing. They literally said, we stood there laughing because we didn't believe it was a bomb. And it's like, yeah, but that's your survival instincts or lack thereof, right? You know...
It is, isn't it? Like, the Muslim throws a bomb and the left gathers around it. Like, oh my God, look at that.
Unironically, we're just laughing because they thought Jake Lang was being a pussy. And it's just like, I think that guy throwing the bomb was serious, bro.
Protesting, making Jake Lang look like the idiot that he is. When these two idiots came along and committed an act of terrorism, they could not have done more.
At least he concedes that they're idiots as well.
Oh, true.
Jake Lang's white supremacist.
Honestly, it was on the fence, man.
Not have done more to legitimize Jake Lang's white supremacist talking points.
Correct, sir.
The problem with the Muslim throwing bombs is it makes Jake Lang look like he's right about Muslims. That's a problem.
Yes. Okay, we return here to agency, right? The two Muslims throwing the bomb, no agency, no blame, nothing whatsoever. That just happened. It was like a bird shitting on you from up above.
Yep.
And the
it was one of
only
those things
concern
basically inevitable
is that this makes the opposition go, "Your Muslims just threw a bomb at us. Does this not prove everything we've been saying?"
Yeah. Is this not the point we've been making? And they're like, yes, it is. And that's why this is a bad thing.
They literally threw the bomb over my head while I was talking about inclusion.
Yes! Yes, and that should have been the moment where your brain snapped back into function and went, hold on. Why is this happening?
This is bad, isn't it?
CIA should definitely be paying them at this point.
This was, it's the CIA.
The CIA?
Listen, okay.
They should have they should have spotted this. Like, these guys obviously didn't know how to make a bomb, so they'd obviously Googled, how do you make a fucking nail bomb? And somehow the CIA didn't catch it.
And also, at one point, if this was a CIA deep psyop, I actually would have expected the CIA to have been able to produce a bomb.
Yeah, I mean, when the FBI did it with the World Trade Center bombings in 1993, it worked.
I just want to reiterate that I was not practicing safety that day.
No.
Don't beat yourself up about it, mate.
Yeah, don't worry. We're not criticizing you for not practicing adequate safety. That's not my concern.
I could have been killed, and that weighs very heavy on both me and my family.
Does it, though? Like, okay, listen. I get it. This traumatizing experiments. You gathered around a bomb thrown by an Islamist. Like, you were staring the IED in the face, but if that does weigh heavily on you and your family, again, how do you not arrive at the conclusion that you have somehow caused this?
And all that being said, I'm not going to use this as an excuse to be a xenophobic bigot.
Why not? Why not?
I mean, if ever there was a golden opportunity... You nearly died, mate. Your kids were nearly deprived of a dad. I assume he's got kids. Like, you were nearly killed by a terrorist.
Yes. Like, if not now, then when, brother?
And no, but seriously, he would say never. And you know he would say never.
I mean, yes, but it's like, good God, like, This is the amazing part. There's at no point does he go like this happened, and it should cause me to re-examine my beliefs on some level.
No.
Elon Musk and all of right-wing media are having a field day right now because I am
evil
choosing
right-wing media.
inclusion and not bigotry.
Yes. And
No, that's so good. I'm choosing inclusion. What? Of a terrorist? Yes.
yes.
I'm literally choosing the inclusion of the terrorist.
And this is where the suicidal empathy comes in, proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that it's real. You have the person literally going, I choose the nail bomb.
Yeah. I mean, he's literally telling us this.
Yes. And why do you choose the nail bomb? Well, the hand that threw it was very diverse.
Yeah, it was Brown. That's literally his argument.
I still
These
stand
people
by my
are
original
fucking mad.
because I am choosing inclusion and not bigotry. I still stand by my original point, which is I'm a native New Yorker. I was born and raised in New York. New York City is for everyone, except for terrorists who throw bombs and goat fucking.
Oh, my God. He actually managed to distinguish the terrorist from the people to be included.
Well, at least
problem
that's
is-
something.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, great. Well done, that man. But the problem is, how are you identifying that in advance? Because not every terrorist is going to be as incompetent as that guy.
Yes, but I want to just applaud him for being able to at least exclude the terrorists. Step in the right direction.
Yeah, it's a start.
It is a beginning, even if only a bare bones weak one.
Yeah. I mean, do you remember when Charlie Hebdo happened? And Je suis ne pas Charlie Hebdo trended. I am
Yes.
not Charlie Hebdo.
Yes.
Like, that was when everyone was just like, what? Why is that trending? And it's like, yeah, it turns out there are a bunch of really evil people in our midst who actually want us killed by terrorists. And everyone was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, no, it does. It does. But this was in, like, what was it, 2012, whenever the Charlie Hebdo shooting happened? So, like, the culture was not in any way primed to understand woke.
Yes. And, of course, there was this, which has since been deleted, where Walter Masterson, I cannot stress this enough, it was right near our feet and did not look real, we just stood there laughing. Meanwhile, the incel femoids ran away having totally jester-mogged the cortisol levels are yet to recover.
Honestly, that sounds like something the Dodo would have posted when the Spaniards first rocked up on the beach.
Yes.
Like, literally, how have you got so few survival instincts? Like, well, I've never been in danger before.
Yes. And that is also what is really illuminated here. This is a person who has
guarantees citizenship.
the genuine, unironic, privileged position of never having experienced danger on any level.
Yeah. The most privileged middle-class upbringing it's possible to have.
Yes.
Clearly.
Gathering around a bomb like a bunch of fucking...
Again, it's so silly, you can hardly believe you're hearing it. Yeah, we just saw this bomb this jihadi had thrown and laughed at it. What?
Yes. Like actual unironic dodo bird behavior. Just standing around the explosive device going like, what even is that? It's a bomb. Well, it can't be a bomb. It was thrown by a Muslim that shouted Allahu Akbar.
Like Dev being like, it looked like a rock.
I have lost.
What?
Shit.
It was smoking, mate. Of course it didn't look like a rock.
It's simply not possible for this to be a bomb. If it was, it would undermine our entire worldview, and we'd have to do some real heavy thinking.
Well, yeah, we can't do that. I'm choosing inclusion, Arch.
Yes! Yes, as one communist turns to the other and goes, "You're not being a bigot about this, are you?" Oh, of course not, comrade. I'm just saying. This is going to go down in history as one of those moments where
Genuinely good. Again, it's like a Renaissance painting, isn't it? It's like,
yes,
you think, no, all the elements are there. It's too perfect. And it's like, no. It's exactly what happened.
yes. And what is further going to go down in history thereafter is how it had absolutely no effect whatsoever on their thinking.
Yep.
That is the part out of all of this that is like the most amazing to everyone.
Yeah.
The fact that it happened and no gears are put in motion by this. There are no internal dialogue. Like, literally, it's the meme. They have no internal monologue. It just doesn't happen, it seems.
It's more like I was saying a while back. Like, I did a video on this. Like, this is the hyper narrative and how reality has no authority over the hyper reality. Like, the hyper reality is platonically true. Doesn't matter how many people are getting blown up in front of you. I have committed to the hyper reality. It is true in the abstract. And so whatever events happen don't have any bearing on it. No authority whatsoever to change the hyper reality.
Yeah, it is all irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's just actually unbelievable. Not even in the hyperbolic sense. It's actually something I can't believe.
And moreover, this guy thinks this is morality.
Oh yes.
To him, this is what being a good person is.
Yes. So this is another very important part to illuminate here too, is that this is morality. Embracing this is morality. This is how you are a good person. The other side don't have good people. Like, they don't.
Yeah, literally, none of them are prepared to ignore the terrorist for the sake of the narrative, for the abstraction. It's like, yeah, no, that's true. That's absolutely true. None of us are. And you think that makes us bad because you think morality is only found in the abstract. Whereas I think that actually morality is found in the concrete. Like the real things, real people, how they actually live together and work together and behave together and love each other. I think that's where morality is found. I don't think morality is found before interaction with reality. I think it's derived from the interaction with reality.
And okay, this then is where we come into the divide between the doctrinal view of the left and the reality of it. So,
Yes.
On the left, the belief is, very, very stridently so, that they are the moral people, they are the good, they are the honest, they are the proper. Everybody else is the bad guys. And
They are the elect.
Yes, and they base this off their worldview, which is, of course, utopian. If we just get to be in power, everything will be fine, and we will conquer bread. Thank God. That's been a big problem in Western societies now, of course.
Yeah, well, you'll notice there's actually a really specific formulation that they always use. If everyone generally in the world of forms, they don't believe reality really is real, and so if we all just believe sufficiently in the right direction, then all of the problems can be solved. So you guys are fucking nuts.
See, apparently we have some buffering problem. I'm seeing. Yeah. Okay, chat. Just reload the stream, if anything, because this looks like a YouTube thing.
You ignorant.
Yeah, I saw YouTube just dropped like 200 people from the stream there. The connection is stable and everything is fine. So it's alive, as far as I can tell.
Unfortunately, YouTube has those moments.
It does. Remember to like the stream, chat. It's the only thing that's keeping the stream alive. Otherwise, YouTube will just buffer us to death. Has no connection to that whatsoever, but that's how it works. And, okay, so the worldview, utopian. Everything will be perfect once everybody just agrees. There we are. Now, the reality is different because that is the modern day view of the socialist utopia. If, however, you go back to the originators of this, if you go back to the days of syndicalism and the formative years of modern-day socialism, you find the thinkers basically saying Western society cannot be socialized. It is too different. It is too alien. That is why the revolution does not happen. Thus, the only way for the revolution to happen is if we first sweep away Western society.
Yeah. The society itself is preventing. The revolution.
Yes.
Which is true. Yeah, it is. That's definitely the truth. It's just that I think the society itself is a good society. I don't think you should destroy it.
Yeah. And that also where we now arrive at the disconnect, because the modern person wants to reform society. They believe we're already in the promised world, because how can they not? When a modern leftist looks around himself, he looks at the incredible prosperity that Western society has brought, the unfathomable luxury in which we live right now. And he must assume, especially as this also outcompeted socialism in the Soviet Union, that this must be utopia. All we need to do is we just need voter reform. We just need to redraw the districts. We just need to enfranchise prisoners and bring in the third world, and we will be in power.
Yeah. The reason that it's not equal is racism.
Yes, white supremacy. And again, white supremacy is everyone. Everyone who is white is a participant in white supremacy. Again, this even was from the video series I just watched. Where
you don't even have to be white. You just have to think that the way things go is pretty good and better than the alternative. That's all you have to think. You can be any race to be a white supremacist.
But, well, then, that's where they add in the right wing. So white supremacist is anyone white. Even the anti-racists are white supremacists.
Yeah.
And everyone else who then builds up on the white supremacy.
For anyone wanting receipts, look at Robin DiAngelo. She literally says it.
Yes.
Literally word for word says this.
Again, like, I'm going to have the receipts in the video I do on this next week as well. Like, word for word, they say even the anti-racist is racist.
Yep.
And they want to build up this utopia and just take over ours, because they look around, they see the material wealth, they understand this is the best thing that's probably going to happen. We just need to be in power. But all of their doctrine is based on those beliefs of the 30s, where the idea was to destroy society. And so, when society does indeed begin to collapse, they can't understand this. Like, this is an ideological blind spot in their thinking. They
don't seem to understand that this is literally the plan they're following.
Exactly. That's where the blind spot is. This is the consequence of what they are doing. This is the plan. This is the doctrine as set out in the basis of their worldview. But it's also obviously bad. And it's because they don't understand. They can't connect the dots. They themselves don't understand their ideology here. This is literally the useful idiot, and this is the consequence of his actions.
Yeah, these are the leftists who get killed by the Ayatollah when the Iranian Revolution happens. The leftists are all for it, and then he just shoots them.
Yes.
Why? Because as far as they were concerned, Iran was a westernized country. Oh, that's bad. That means inequality. That means white supremacy. That means hierarchy. And therefore you get the Ayatollah.
Yes. This is where you arrive at the very compelling up against the wall comrade meme.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And that is also how you then get the person himself going, I choose inclusion over bigotry.
That's right. I choose the Ayatollah too.
As again, like this is just doctrine, is what it is. Even the usage of terms like bigotry.
Yeah.
Bigotry literally means that you prefer your own opinion over all others to a fucking psychotic degree.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be that strong. Just I prefer my opinion to others.
Yeah. Well, it does need to be pretty fucking psychotic when this is what is happening.
Well, yeah. Yeah, like the term prejudice being demonized. It's like, yeah, I have a prejudgment about something. Well, what don't you have a prejudgment about? Like, that's a pretty crazy thing to try and demonize, isn't it?
Yes. The prejudgment is when the brown person shouting Allahu Akbar throws a black thing at me, I assume it's a bomb and run away.
Well, but like, how could you get through your day without prejudging things? Like, you prejudge everything. I prejudge the person at the counter in the store that they're going to sell me a good. Yeah, I've made a prejudicial judgment that you wearing the outfit of the shop assistant means you're going to help me with my groceries or whatever. If you went up to someone in a store and you were like, "Excuse me, can you help me find this?" And they're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Did you just assume I work here because I'm wearing the uniform of someone who works here?" I'd be like, "Yeah. Why wouldn't I?" It's like the Dave Chappelle thing. Well, if you don't want to be thought of as a whore, why are you wearing a whore's uniform?
Yes. And this is the major disconnect. They don't. This is why there's no introspection. This is why this entire event didn't make him rethink his worldview. It's because they can't. It reminds me of we did a video reacting to a couple of communists talking about the Tommy Robertson protest in London.
Oh yeah, I remember it.
And we kept saying that they're working their way towards the problem and the solution. And the moment they start thinking about the solution, their brain disconnects.
Yeah.
It is because they arrive at an ideological dead end, where if you reach the next logical conclusion, a terrorist threw a bomb over my head, the right wing must have a point, you come up against your pre-programming, and you reset yourself to factory settings, at which point you work your way towards the problem again, and so the story repeats.
Yep. And, I mean, essentially, if they conceded any of it, they have to concede all of it.
Yes. And they can't, because that's a lot to admit to. That is a lot to admit to.
It's all gone. Like, it's all gone, and that's their entire personality.
Yeah. And it's also just instinctual at this point. There was another beautiful tweet from him. They obviously should be charged. Thank you. That's good.
I'm glad he agrees.
And he says this. The second pick is them 30 feet away from me when they threw the explosives. I kept thinking, are you trying to get caught?
Oh, well, I mean, I guess he probably is.
Yes. And, like, even then, he's still thinking, like, oh, no, poor brown person.
How can I help the terrorist? Yeah. How can I help the terrorist?
Are you going to get caught?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Mental.
And this is, of course, how the system is inevitably going to happen. This is the collapse of the Western system. They don't understand this, and they can't ever reckon with that fact because they run into their own ideological dead ends. But you can see what is actually happening. This was a recent news story as well. So, in Spain, a Senegalese migrant who raped a 14-year-old girl will pay a fine instead of going to prison. A 26-year-old migrant raped a girl he met on Instagram. Despite the migrant admitting in court that he had raped her, he was just sentenced to 60 days of community service and a 7,500 euros fine. This is how the system is created. This doesn't happen by accident. This is obviously something that has been made to happen. There's nothing moral about this.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, this must be the product of ideology, because if this was any other time or place, they wouldn't be like, oh, he's from Senegal. Oh, okay, well then don't put him in jail then. I mean, they'd probably be doing a lot worse, right?
Yes.
So... But, it's because of the ideology that special exemptions are being made for men who rape 14-year-old girls.
Yes. And this ideological blindness is the reason why this happens. And it extends on countless levels to things that you would think would be immediately obvious.
Well, I mean, raping a 14-year-old, I would have thought would be one of those things.
Yes. Another beautiful... I came across this one recently. Serious question.
Oh, yeah.
What danger exactly does a woman in a burqa pose to the community?
That's a good question. What kind of danger am I allowed to specify? Like
Service guarantees citizenship.
the question isn't one of danger.
Well, I would even say it is one of danger, because what this then begins is, where do you want me to start? Because this comes from a left-wing worldview. This is in Denmark, incidentally.
Yeah.
Where we've had... Do you remember a few years ago when the feminists were still out in the streets frequently, and they had, like, free the titty protests, where they'd walk around half naked because men were allowed to do it, and so they should too?
Yeah, it's a very French thing, this, isn't it?
Yes. For decades, feminism has told us that they are oppressed by the patriarchy, a systemic form of oppression that forces women to act in certain ways. And now the year is 2026, and we're wondering...
Burn those bras!
Yeah, we're wondering what kind of damage a burqa might do to a community.
Well, you know, there's only one way to find out. You need to get that woman to not only take off her burqa, but take off her bra as well. Clearly, there's only one feminist answer to this.
And there, of course, also comes in the question, okay, right, this can easily be answered by another question. What happens to that woman if she does take off her burqa?
Well, yeah, there is that. But the main issue is, look, we don't want communities full of people who can't see each other's faces. Because actually, in Western culture, being able to see a person's face is a sign of trustworthiness.
Yes.
If someone hides their face, we assume they're doing something bad. It makes us uncomfortable. We don't like it. And we're entitled not to like it. So, no, if we say no burqas, that means no burqas. I mean, like, you can't just wander into a bank or a shop, whatever, wearing a motorcycle helmet, for example, in Britain. It's actually illegal. Why should a burqa be any different?
Because it's a religious cloth, and it's inclusive.
Inclusivity, thank God.
As all of the answers to this are very obvious. This isn't a Western thing. It undermines our Western cultural norms of trust, of openness. We know also that this is a symbol of oppression. We're not confused by this. The Muslims aren't even confused by this.
No, I mean, there will be an argument that, well, are we here to save Muslim women from Islam? And the answer is no, I don't think we are. You know, I'm not bothered what they do in their own countries. I just don't want it done in my country.
Yes, and there also comes the abusage of the Western idea of choice, where they're saying, oh, but they're choosing to do this. I don't think they are. Like, okay, we are being told that in Islamic countries they're throwing off the burqa because they want to go to school, yet here we have vast populations of Muslims who want to wear burqas in public.
Oh, you say that. Oh, God, I made a video this evening about the contradictions of the British state and just Britain in the modern day, and I forgot to include one, which is they're constantly talking in Parliament about how, oh, we've got to do something about Afghanistan because all of the women there are now forced to wear burqas, whilst our high streets are filled with women wearing burqas. And it's just like, okay, but that doesn't impact on their worldview at all. They don't even blink at that. Oh, if it's happening here, it's fine. It's just not good when the Taliban do it.
If you want to liberate women, there are a lot more women nearby in need of liberation.
Yeah, I mean, France has banned the burqa. Why can't we?
Yeah. As all of these, again, mental contradiction, they can't be reckoned with. They cannot be reckoned with. No matter how utterly beautiful the moment is. Even when God himself comes down and goes like, here, this should hammer it home.
No.
It just disconnects.
For them, the contradiction shows that reality is wrong. It doesn't show the idea is wrong.
Yes. And again, like obviously, there's now been coming up as well that cited Islamic State as inspiration, Muslim violence.
Oh God! What a surprise!
The mayor of New York came out with a rousing speech.
Yeah, the Muslim mayor.
Good morning. On Saturday, a protest was held outside Gracie Mansion, where I live with my wife, Rama. Neither of us were home at the time. This was a vile protest rooted in white supremacy entitled Stop the Islamic Takeover of New York City.
But I'm a Muslim and I'm the mayor, so it's too late for that.
Yep.
I'm the first Muslim mayor of our city. Anti-Muslim bigotry is nothing new to me, nor is it anything new for...
Sorry. I mean, like, that's literally what he says there, right?
Yes.
It's like, well, stop the Islamic takeover, but I'm the mayor.
Yes.
Protest rooted in white supremacy entitled Stop the Islamic Takeover of New York City.
Yeah. Stop the Islamic takeover of New York City.
I'm the first Muslim mayor of our city.
I've just taken over. I'm the first.
Yeah, sorry, mate. You're too late.
Yeah.
You are too late. I have the police behind me now. It's over.
Yeah, that's literally what he's saying.
Anti-Muslim bigotry is nothing new to me, nor is it anything new for the 1 million or so Muslim New Yorkers who know this city as our home.
Yeah.
Like, literally, a terrorist attack is launched against the right-wing protesters. The response from the Muslim mayor is white
Muslims are the real
nationalism
victims.
bad. White nationalism terrible. We can't have this. These are reprehensible people. And I'm a subject. I'm the victim of bigotry. Yeah.
Yeah. The real victim of this terror attack was Muslims.
Yes.
Okay.
Even as, again, ISIS, suspected and inspired by ISIS, afterwards they literally confirmed they were inspired by ISIS. These were ISIS-inspired Muslim terrorists attacking the people who are like, listen, we don't want you to take over our city. Oh, well, how about you take a bomb to the face?
And how about when that happens, you're the bad guy?
You are the bad guy, yes. Like, it beggars belief, and yet it is also so obviously real. And this is in New York City, which is, of course, doing very well, as they had to install... Oh, that's copyrighted. Let's turn that off. They had to install these new giant stall thingies because people weren't paying for their public transportation. So they had to wall things off.
Ah, yes, the decline.
Unfortunately, the decline soon found ways around this. Okay, my old trick doesn't work at waving at the sensors. So let me just cover the image there and I'll just crawl underneath it.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to go on that floor, but yeah. I'd rather fucking pay. How many homeless people have pissed on that?
True. But it's like...
But you point taken, though.
I bet you, if we went back like 10, 20 years, this thing here would just have been like an open pathway with maybe some of those little flappy things, like the plastic flappy things.
Yeah.
And you'd just scan your card and you'd continue onwards. That would be all.
Yeah.
Now, because of the decline, they've needed to install these booths to block people access. And even that isn't enough. They need to install bigger booths to block more access. Like, the inevitable end of this is going to be like the supermarket locking up all of their goods. They're going to just have to put a door there.
It's literally going to be California where it's not self-service anymore. So you have to get the guy to serve you. So, I mean, essentially, you turn everything into Amazon.
Yeah. You're going to end up with this, where they just lock everything up. It's the inevitable
We will
consequence.
deliver the goods to you. You can't be trusted to take the goods.
Yes, you will pay first, and then we will deliver the goods.
Yeah.
And just today, there was an article in my local newspaper. So we have a little shopping market here, which there's clothes stores in it, right?
Oh, wow.
One of the more expensive one is called Dressman, which literally just means suit maker, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
So they've got the expensive fancy clothes. And there's video footage of two Browns walking into the store, grabbing shit, putting it in a bag, and walking out. All of this is caught on camera.
All the time, and nothing happened, right?
No, nothing happened. All of it's caught on camera. The employees saw it. They ran after them like, excuse me, sir, member of Western society. You can't just
You
do
appear
that.
to have forgotten to pay for these goods, sir.
Yes. This must have been a mistake. Please, let me help you come and rectify it. We can pay.
Yeah.
And they walk out. The alarms are whir. Nobody does anything. Everybody just looks at them, walk out. They calmly exit the store, calmly exit the shopping center.
Yep.
Hours later, the police report is filed, and the police dismiss the case because they don't know who the people are. The people caught on camera, the people witnessed by half a dozen more individuals, and they're just like, nope, we're not going to spend any more time on this. We're going to spend no time at all because this is pointless. We're never going to catch them. We're not going to even try. All the evidence
community
in the
will
world.
never cooperate. That community will never cooperate with us, and therefore,
like literally, even with video evidence, they aren't even going to try because these aren't enforceable rules anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not enforceable. Thievery isn't a crime anymore. It doesn't exist. So long as you are brazen enough to do it.
Well, no. As long as you come from a community that won't cooperate with the authorities, that's what it is. Like this is something we've had in Britain for a long time now, where it's like, well, like there are literally like smash and grab raids where gangs of urban youths just go into a shop and just steal en masse, and nothing happens. They're never caught, and it's just part of life. It's just they just do that occasionally. It's like, okay, why are they here?
Yeah, like it's it's just like living in the wild fucking west.
Yeah, why have we brought this upon ourselves?
And the best part of all of this was the confusion from the staff, as like they don't run after them, they're not trying to tackle them or stop them. They as you say, they're literally like, excuse me, there appears to have been a mistake.
It's the way it goes.
It is the way it goes, and now we know why, as these are the weak men that create the hard times.
Yep. We have a phenomenon in Britain called the urban scarecrow.
The urban scarecrow.
Yeah. It's the guy in the high-vis jacket standing at the door of the supermarket or shop. Often he himself is a diversity import, and he just stands there, literally performing the role of a scarecrow, making it look like there is security in these shops, right? Now, the second something happens, the scarecrow doesn't intervene. Just like when a bird comes down to steal the crops, the scarecrow doesn't intervene. He just looks like there might be security there.
I mean, the thing is,
Personally,
too, like,
I view it as a form of reparations, frankly. We're employing the scarecrow, giving him money, and the urban youths get to just steal whatever they want. So, that's our slate cleaned, I would say.
well, the thing is, too, like, the scarecrow probably can't even intervene, because if he does...
Yeah, he's probably legally not allowed.
Yeah, he's probably legally not allowed. And if he does, and if he injures the guy or throws him to the ground or something, he's probably going to be legally liable for the assault.
Yeah, but also, why would the Scarecrow, who, like I said, is himself probably a diversity hire, probably an immigrant, why would he care about, like, the moral structure of Britain? Like, he's like, oh, well, I mean, I don't want to live in a country where people steal. That's the country he comes from. That's the kind of people that he's dealing with. This is totally normal. Why would he think anything needs to change?
Yes. And again, this is just a thing that we have lost now. It's entirely normal. Like, again, in the shopping mall where this theft happened, they've got just stuff hanging out, like outside of the sensors. There's no markings on them. Half the shops don't even have those little scanning thingies that are supposed to beep if you bring a thing out of the shop.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist because we simply just assume, and this is utterly natural. It would be abhorrent to assume the opposite, that everyone in this society is honest.
Yeah.
Are you ready to rut this yellow mare's fluttery, buttery?
And that is
Wouldn't
why.
even cross your mind.
Yeah, that is why the police look at a crime that they caught on videotape and just go, well, what do you want us to do?
I mean, ideally, I would have liked you to have arrested him and returned the goods.
What? And it's such a beautiful point of view. You go to the cops, you report it, like, I'd like to have my stolen goods back, maybe even the criminal punished. Who knows? I'm shooting for the sky here.
But I guess if that's off the table, a foot rub would be nice.
Yes.
Yeah. maybe a shoulder massage. It's because I'm a bit stressed out by all of it. And, that'd take my mind off it.
Yes.
Like, fucking hell, man.
And that is all the police provides. They're going to sit you down in a chair, they're going to rub your back and be like, oh, I'm very sorry this had to happen to you. It's very stressful. Do you want to have, like, a counselor? Like, we can call in a mental health expert to talk you through this.
Yeah, that's literally all they're going to fucking do for you.
Yes.
Fucking hell, man.
That's it.
It's so fucking pathetic.
It is. Like, it's lit. Oh, Demolition Man was so far ahead of its fucking time. So far ahead of its fucking time.
Yeah. It genuinely, the most prophetic movie. The most.
Yes, it literally is. As we have arrived at the reality of Demolition Man. We're police officers. We're not trained to handle this kind of violence.
And you've seen the videos of, like, one random foreigner terrorizing half a dozen police. And they're like, oh, God, no, we can't get close to him. It's like, for fuck's sake, man.
Yes. Our entire police force are so effeminate that the only reason to even report something is so that they can rubber stamp the paper, go like, yes, ma'am, I have the video evidence, this and this was indeed stolen, so that you can file that with the insurance company. That is the only purpose of reporting the crime.
Yep. You'd think the insurance companies would actually be lobbying the government, right? So this has got to be some sort of dark age of insurance at this point. We're like, guys, we've got to pay out fucking loads. Before, we insured everything and we hardly ever made a payout. No one ever stole anything. What's happened?
Yeah. Like, people don't steal shit. What?
Yeah.
This didn't happen. What's wrong with you? Fucking I don't even know what to say.
Well, it's mad, and it's just the way that, like, Northwestern European societies are run these days.
Yes,
and it's honestly, it's because we don't feel that we've got the moral authority to impose order on these newcomers. They genuinely don't feel like they are the governors of these newcomers.
Yes, and it's also just stunned disbelief. It is the inability.
Yeah.
Like, it is the fascinating little counterpoint here of, on the one hand, we believe that these people are children. They are mental midgets. They are not capable of participating in Western society, and so we must excuse their occasional idiocies.
Yeah.
Simultaneously, We believe that they are our perfect equals and will require no special circumstances or preparations whatsoever to integrate into our society.
These people get exactly the same rights as you do.
Yes. And they do get the rights too, by the way. So this has been a recent left-wing thing that's been debunked too, isn't it? Where they're trying to make it so that you actually have to have identification to vote in America. Ludicrous idea.
Can you imagine?
But,
oh, fucking hell, Chuck! The Voter ID Act will remove 20 million people from the voter rolls. Right, well, then maybe they shouldn't have been voting in the first place, Chuck.
Maybe they shouldn't have. And the numbers coming out of this are crazy.
That is mad. How do you get on the voter roll without having any kind of ID?
That 20 million votes. Really? How the fuck?
Right, so there are 20 million illegals knocking around, says Chuck Schumer.
Says Chuck Schumer.
Mental.
There was in California as well. So back in 2014, right? Yeah. They estimated that 1 in 10 workers in California was an illegal worker.
That's going to be about 5 or 6 million people, isn't it?
It's going to be a lot of people.
California's got like 70 million people, something like that.
These numbers turned out to be very optimistic or pessimistic, depending upon which side of the fence you find yourself on at the time.
Right.
As the actual numbers, well, we started working towards mostly... New York Times, you piece of shit.
Yeah, archive it.
There. I'm just going to screenshot it, because I only need the headlines anyways. I know the rest of the story.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Mostly undocumented farm workers. As this was it's essential, of course. And I'm trying to find the article for it now. I don't know if I can find it on the top of the fly, but it turned out that it was probably closer to 1 in 4.
Fucking hell.
Yes. So that basically means that something along the lines of a quarter of the workforce of California were illegals.
I mean, that literally means indentured servitude.
Yes. And again, a quarter. This isn't this is a level of slavery that Oman and Saudi Arabia would look upon and go like, wow, geez, how did you get away with that?
Yeah, that's mental, isn't it?
We get all kinds of stick whenever we employ people and don't pay them anything. How?
Yeah, people are always up in our ass about it.
Yeah. How did you do this? As they are indeed, like they're in the system, they're receiving benefits, they're voting, all of this is happening. I think in New York, there was the fear, or what is it? New York. If I can find it. Where there was an outcry of illegal workers not receiving their health benefits.
Oh, well, I mean, I think I know why.
Also, I do love this too. New York State moves to restore welfare access for undocumented immigrants. Why?
They're not entitled to it, bro.
They're not entitled to it. And yet,
here we are.
I can't find this one off the top of my head either, but basically, it was the medical doctors in the emergency room during the ICE raids saying that if this went through, hundreds of thousands would be without medical aid because they couldn't receive illegal migrants anymore. Because ICE, understanding that the hospitals were apparently a hotspot for illegal migrants, had simply set up shop there. It's like, hold on.
Based.
This is where they all congregate. If we just wait here, they'll come to us.
You remember when Trump won and like everything was empty? Like, you know, like loads of restaurants were empty, like no staff and all that because they'd all stayed at home. It's like, Jesus, how bad is this problem?
Yes. Because again, like they're in the country, they are working, they are literally taking your jobs, unironically, as these jobs would have to be filled by somebody.
Yeah.
They are receiving benefits, they are voting, all of this is happening. The entire left-wing narrative has basically collapsed on every front here, and it doesn't matter. It's all of this data is just utterly irrelevant.
Yeah, and that's the point, right? Like arguing the data is not what they're here for. Like Destiny doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's not going to listen. It's not going to affect his worldview. His worldview is you're evil because he's made up a perfect fancy reality in his head. And if you don't agree with it, then you're wrong. He's already decided. There's no point having these arguments.
Yes. The left simply believes you are wrong. You are just wrong, and that's it. That's the end of the debate.
I mean, at the Gorton and Denton by-election, right, Hannah the plumber, the Green candidate, literally said to Matt Goodwin, the Manchester Arena bombing happened because of people like him. And it's like 22 people were killed, women and children were killed in that bombing when an Islamic terrorist decided for some reason he was going to bomb, I think it was an Ariana Grande concert or something like that. And it's just like, okay, I mean, I can't even imagine what he was thinking. Who fucking knows?
Ignorant
right?
slut.
But 2 dozen people needed to die for some reason. And her response was to say, oh yeah, Matt Goodwin is responsible for that. So, right, okay, you can't have a conversation with a person like that.
It was all the fault of white supremacy.
Yeah. Literally, her argument was, you're being divisive. Your division is causing that. So, okay.
Yeah. And again, if they would just not be divisive, then we would have utopia and none of this would be a problem.
Exactly. If we could all just agree to whatever the jihadis were asking for, then this wouldn't happen.
They'd have no reason to bomb us. If New York was a caliphate, there would be no Islamic terrorism.
Yeah, which is why there's no Islamic terrorism in Muslim countries. For anyone who doesn't know, Muslim countries are rife with Islamic terrorism.
Because it turns out that the Muslims themselves can't agree what Islam is.
Yeah, there are various schisms, but, don't worry about that.
Right, let's start on the Superchats. Also, of course, chat, the next episode of the Vampire RP is tomorrow, where we are deciding on the party's first ally, with the 2 on screen, this being the weighted vote at the moment, including your donations. So it's Mueller who's ahead by quite some margin now. Put that up in the corner there whilst I get going on everything else. I imagine we're probably going to have some spicy ones today. Possibly even some upset ones. Who knows? I'm upset too, chat.
Wow.
In the famous words of the left, let this radicalize you.
Yeah. I mean, if this doesn't, what will?
Harry the Human substitute Haranka used to having sparring wrestling matching in the family, and my uncle old police training was good grappling, actually. Modern police cannot fight. Comparing them to him, I know I can outfight almost any police officer in England. I have seen the police officer in England. I don't doubt it.
Well, it's not that you don't get good ones. It's just you don't get good ones in the city where you actually need them.
I remember a few years ago, there was a video clip going around about a Brown fighting like 3 women police officers, all half his size and weight.
Yeah.
And he was just kind of throwing them around.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's what you'd expect.
Eldritch Saga for $100. Thank you very much, sir. Is the MLP game negotiable? Friendship is magic, after all. Well, it's negotiable in how much torture I put the players through, that's sure. As we can find many ways to make friendship unbearable. Artemis Fowl for another 50. Thank you very much, sir. I have done the research on his religious background. On his religious background, you don't have to look it up yourselves. The answer is yes, he is.
Heresy is the question. Fire is the answer.
Alright, the human substitute rank card to quote an Attack on Titan, but if we did kill and oppress everyone else, how is everyone else still here? Both in the story and IRL, the whites are bad group cannot square that round hole. Oh.
Yeah, this happened to David Starkey a while ago, where he got cancelled for saying, look, slavery wasn't a genocide. And it's like, that's so obviously tautologically true that it shouldn't need pointing out, and yet he got in trouble for it. It's like, but why would you want to genocide people you're going to use as property? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Oh, of course.
Ignorant slut.
All of this also comes, again, to the idea that your enemy must be evil. This is classic socialist propaganda. It stems back to syndicalism, basically, where, for example, during the French Revolution, the French king was in the middle of reforms. The same during the Russian Revolution. Revolutions happen when governments are weak and start giving in to the demands of the people. Nobody ever overthrows an actually oppressive, violent tyrant.
You ignorant slut.
Or at least very rarely. And not without massive noble support. But the propaganda is very simple. The enemy must be all-powerful, as in genociding people everywhere constantly, unendingly, with hordes of death squads marching on you. And they must be incompetent at the same time. The right are idiot losers who simply can't think for themselves, but they've also organized militias to eradicate people and carry out a transgender genocide.
How did this happen?
How did this happen? One of the great mysteries of the universe.
Yeah.
So Loxon, the right/Trump need to be willing to go just as far as the left. Trump needs to start either ignoring activist judges or go full Stalin and purge them, or else citizens will have to.
Well, unfortunately, Trump seems to be losing his magic these days.
Yes.
Letting Lindsey Graham get his hooks in him was a mistake.
Trump had a very good first few months and weeks. A lot of stuff done. But he's not managing to implement anything permanent, which is a big problem.
Yeah, he should be legislating.
Yes. And he's gotten way too hung up on this tariff thing. He needs, like, the tariff thing. Okay, this is a good idea on some levels. America can earn an enormous amount of money from tariffs, and there is nothing objectionable to America imposing tariffs upon their trade partners because all of them have tariffs on America.
Yeah.
But this isn't a year-long conflict. This isn't a 6-month conflict. This is a 10 to 20-year-long conflict. And that, as I've said previously, the problem is Trump has a 10-year plan with 4 years in office.
Yeah.
Verse Shalom from the big hummus. Thank you. And also remember to show Sargon the anime version. Anime version? Oh, of the bombing. I saw that somewhere. I don't think I've got it.
Oh, I did see it.
That one is pretty good. Everyone is welcome. I pledge my allegiance to ISIS.
I mean, this is what AI is actually good for: political parody.
Yes, because it can be done instantly and in the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, and it can be, really work.
Siegfried von Felsenbrot for $20 on Streamlabs. What's the current vote at for the VTM campaign? For Victor. We need that tank lad. Anyway, well, it should be up on stream right now. I'll start adding things in the background. That's 20 more for Victor.
Are you ready to rut this yellow mare's fluttery buttery butt?
Soloxon, I can't read that because I'm on YouTube. Sorry. Marksman Brandon Herrera stated that the material found in the nail bomb is used for impact explosives, and that it's a miracle it didn't go off. There was no fuse because it didn't need one, and on the note, Dev looking to be the next springboard. Absolutely did.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks that way. And sorry, Dev, but, you know, it's your tone, mate. Your tone is one of rampant disbelief, Destiny style. So it's not on, man.
Again, the problem is, like... I don't know. It almost came across as clickbaity, I guess, like chasing impressions or something, because 5 minutes on Google, not even 5 minutes, 30 seconds of like, was the bomb in New York real? And you'd get 50 articles going, yep, it appears to have been real.
Rock, was this true?
Yes, literally.
And it would have been like, yeah.
Uh-huh. Multiple police sources have confirmed that it was indeed a bomb.
Yeah.
Antihero tried to ask Racer on recent stream if he might have blocked you by accident, Sargon. My super chat was ignored, even though I asked very politely.
No, I wasn't blocked by accident. Don't worry. It's fine. Don't worry. I mean, he can block me if he wants, obviously. It's his public profile, not mine.
Can I smell your feet?
I wonder what Sargon did.
Still don't know, but it doesn't matter. It's fine.
Marksman, when Dev asked if it was really a bomb, the police had already released confirmation that it was a bomb and even identified the material that made it. It was a failed impact explosive. Brandon even explained the type of explosive materials 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Walking corpse, we were once a true nation, a real civilization. Look at the weakness in us now. It is nauseating.
Oh, it's pathetic, and I hate it. And I say that as someone who pays taxes.
Yes.
I wouldn't hate taxes quite so much if things were done as they were supposed to be done. At least it'd be justifiable, right? It's like, yeah, no, we need these police to crack the skulls of these hooligans who are going to run in and steal a bunch of stuff or stab someone. So, yeah, okay, fair enough. I mean, that makes sense. You know, that is why we need some police. So I guess if they have to be here, then we have to have a well-funded police. But they don't do that. It's just, okay, what the fuck are you here for?
People are robbing shops. We need more security to stop them. Okay. People rob shops. What did you do about it? Well...
Nothing.
We closed the case. You know, the paperwork has been done.
Yeah, there's nothing left on my desk.
Otto's File sent you some new news update. Multiple ISIS attacks in the US today. What? Okay. Car crash in Jewish synagogue, Michigan. Active shooter reported.
Oh, well, that's the benefits of multiculturalism, you see, Arch. All cultures are not only equal, but completely compatible with one another. They're all friends, really, and they all like each other. And you can tell because this sort of thing doesn't keep happening.
Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Car crash in Jewish synagogue in the Michigan. Active shooter reported. Vehicle double driven into Temple, Israel. Shot fired after the crash. Caught fire surrounding the building. That's an active situation. Okay, that's one. And apparently, there was also another shooting as well. Muhammad Jalal.
Oh, yeah. I wonder where in the world he's from.
Convicted in 2016 for attempting to provide material support to ISIS. Naturalized citizen from Sierra Leone.
I suspect he might be a Mormon.
And released from prison in 2024 under Joe Biden. Nice.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, I mean, it's literally checklist of everything.
And this is an Old Dominion university shooter. I don't know where that is. And I mean, just a few days ago as well, wasn't there a guy who went on a stabbing rampage or something with a shirt saying property of Allah?
Yeah, there was. Apparently Hassan Piker has that same shirt.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I wouldn't either.
All right. Well, America continues to reap the benefits of multiculturalism.
Yep.
Since we don't know what's going on yet, no further comment, but yes, it does indeed appear
citizenship.
very diverse as per usual.
A lot of things are. Notice how the news is just incredibly diverse these days.
Very diverse. Harry the Human Substitute Arrancar. 1 out of 3. Hey Arch, not finished your not for broadcast video yet, but you asked, is media made like this? I did media studies in high school and went to a BBC studio, and yes, it is done that way in the gameplay. Unless media tech has since been updated, it's extremely realistic to being tech behind the camera. The media studies and how to lie and propaganda is actually what got me right wing. Went to study at the BBC, left a right winger.
Yeah, and that's me politely describing my position, he says.
Then 5 years later, in 2015, I found someone called Sargon who had references for their videos, something you aren't allowed to do in some cases in media studies. Never look back.
Really? What? That's weird.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, if it helps, I never did media studies. So that's why I seem like I'm not part of the system, because I've never been a part of the system.
Charles the Beagle, does this count as love bombing? Sort of. A little bit, kind of.
But we'll allow it.
So, John, talking about the fat Canadian, must we? Captain Bad Faith Dev. What was this about him challenging you to an impromptu debate me bro challenge?
Oh, what are we debating now?
I don't know. He has been sending me random invites to debate on some guy called Wick's channel, and I've basically just said no because I don't see the point.
Yeah. Thing is, I know that he's just going to do a Destiny on everything, and it's like, look, I just don't want to bother with that. Like, I would enjoy a conversation that was honest about subjects. I would happily engage in honest conversations. But I'm not prepared to just, have arguments about definitions all day.
Well, see, this is the fascinating thing. So, again, the video I finished recording on the alt-right playbook, a very popular left-wing series. One of the points he repeats most often in that series is don't talk to the right wing.
Yeah.
It is vehemently anti-debate, and if you are in a debate, you simply assume that whatever the opposition is saying, it's lies and misdirections, all of it, because the right doesn't actually have any beliefs or convictions. And part of me is looking at that and the subsequent failure of the left wing and thinking, okay, so we should be debating because they didn't and they lost. But at the same time, I'm also then thinking, okay, but if I'm entering into a debate with someone who thinks every word out of my mouth is either a lie or a debate tactic, what the fuck benefit does anyone have of this?
Yeah. What possible use is any kind of conversation here?
Yeah. Because we're not talking, we're just blood sporting at each other.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Like, it seems to basically fundamentally undermine the entire concept of a debate when you are near guaranteed that you enter into it with the presupposition that nobody's being honest.
Yeah. Well, it's literally just a spectator sport at that point.
Heresy's the question.
Tristan Williams.
Fire is the
Hey,
answer.
Art and Sargon, don't you just love living in interesting times? Here, take my money and continue making things less depressing.
Well, thank you very much. And I don't know, man. I miss being bored.
I miss the days when the only thing I needed to worry about was when the next video game would release. I didn't even worry about whether or not it was good. I just assumed it would be good.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Of course the next Total War is going to be amazing.
Saying that, man, like I saw some videos the other day of just like 2013 video games, and that's where graphics actually peaked.
Yes.
2013 video games is where graphics peaked. Everything since has basically been downhill It's like, fuck, how is that happening?
Well, so this is an interesting conversation too, right? We've stagnated. Gaming as an art form has just ceased moving forward for more than 10 years. And it's graphics, it's gameplay, it's mechanics, it's everything. We used to expect that the next game in a series would have everything the preceding game had and more. Now we count our blessings if it has like 70% of the mechanics from the preceding game.
Yep.
And we don't expect things to be prettier anymore. We've all gotten used to that the consoles have enforced artificial limitations on graphic development technology. And I mean, now with AI taking all of the RAM, and this might actually be a blessing for once, because right now all of the companies are competing with one another to make more effective processors and RAMs for AI, which will hopefully, eventually, trickle down to the rest of us plebeians.
One day, if we're lucky.
If we're very lucky. Harry the Human Substitute, a ranker for another 100. Thank you very much, sir. You're being very generous today, too. Thank you. If you had references in the BBC, people could check for lies. You can show it to the boss, but not the public. Also, Arch, seriously, managing a broadcast exactly like in the game, fun stress. I don't know if I'd call it fun. I wasn't having fun. I was upset. Oh no, YouTube is doing the gay thing again. Don't do this to me now, YouTube. No, yeah. You can beg, you can cry all you want, but YouTube will continue to deny you. There you go. Eldrick Saga for 15. Sargon, what if the mud pony promises to not to shoot you in the back? Then would you play?
I don't know what does that mean?
The mud ponies, they're one of the 4 races of Equestria.
Don't know anything about this.
All right, chat. If we're gonna have to do this, we're gonna have to fund the Sargon MLP lore stream first.
We are not doing that. I've got no interest in that, I'm afraid.
No interest. See, now I kind of want to, just for the cringe of it.
I don't need to cringe.
Listen, go to
tired
your
of cringing.
Maybe some of them can teach you. Dreyfie, I truly believe God has a sense of humor. Me too. I can't explain it any other way. Tanushi, they need to send those 2 to Gitmo, and if there were any greater justice in this world, Mr. Springboard should go with them. Why are you arresting me? You were literally a springboard for terrorism. I'm sorry. Them's the rules. Chaos. How much would chat need to raise to get Sargon to react to Fat Electrician's video on Mosquito, a wooden bomber that styled on the Germans, and the chicken-powered nuclear landmine? Both are British ingenuity. I don't know. I mean, the last one we did of the Fat Electrician was pretty successful, so I'm sure we can talk. Ace 1918, after it was proven to be a bomb, then Dev moved the goalpost, claim it didn't have enough explosives to actually go off and thus not dangerous. I know. I disavow.
Buttery butt.
I disavow. Just... Yes, that's all. I disavow.
Moving on.
Rabira. Hey, Arch and Sargon, here's some money from your neighbor and a shameless plug for my book, Liquor Street Store. Please check it out. Is that liquor or liquor?
I assume it's liquor as in drink.
I hope so, because liquor, as in liquor, is worse. Charles the Beagle, don't forget that a British Green candidate on TV blamed reform for Manchester Arena bombing due to division.
Yeah. I got it. I got it in there. Don't worry, that's never going away. That is just one of those preposterous statements that you have to remember.
If you weren't being so anti-Muslim, the Muslims wouldn't be so violent. Well, what do you say? Sentinel Rex, he's like a mount for a goblin rider. Lol. There is definitely a mental image to be drawn from that, yes. Clueless Link 16, don't attribute to stupidity what could be attributed to malice. Yes. I am genuinely thinking that we've kind of debunked that statement. Do not attribute to stupidity to malice what could equally well be attributed to incompetence or something like that.
Yeah.
I think we've debunked that one. That was true
What
once,
happens-
not today.
What happens when incompetence and malice harmonize into the same concept?
That's a great fucking point. What does happen? The modern left wing.
Yeah.
Sentinel Rex, he's NTR maxing as the best interests of his country and countrymen. Explosion, the bell curve of intelligence may just make it impossible for rational thinking to be in the majority. Unironically, yes. I don't want to say this, but I genuinely believe that maybe rational thinking just isn't as common as we thought it was, and certainly isn't as universal of a thing as we thought it was.
I mean, that's obviously true.
Yes. It seems that the this is what's so funny as well, because obviously there was a whole battle over the label of rationalist back in the day, during like the Gamergate era, where the left claimed themselves to be rationalists, and we claimed ourselves to be rationalists. There were a lot of argumentation over who was the classical liberal, the center, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And what we've realized now is that these labels didn't mean shit. You have the side going, we are the rational side, going, there is no evidence that mass immigration in any way affects societal structures.
Yeah, well, how could it not? Like, what would be the point of it if it didn't?
Yeah. The capacity for rational thought, truly rational thought, actual independent thinking, is either very rare or it is something that you need to be trained to do, I'm starting to think.
Or, I mean, maybe the thing is, we act as if, like, there's some sort of universal computer that has a series of opinions that we can derive if we are sufficiently rational. And I think we're just looking at it the wrong way. You know, the rationality is a perspectival thing, as in, you are rational from your perspective. As in, you know, you make a rational decision based on the context in which you live. And so, okay, if you don't live in that context, then it might not seem like a rational decision. And even if you didn't necessarily think it through, that doesn't mean it's irrational. But that also means the concept of rationality is being way overhyped and is not actually as important as Enlightenment philosophers would make you believe.
Yes, it's also the thing that the majority of the time, we are not actually particularly interested in thinking things through. Most of our opinions are formed by other people, one way or another. And this can be seen in the phenomenon of reading newspaper articles. And if you're reading something that you know about, you'll be hypercritical because you know that this isn't correct. If you are reading the same newspaper article about something you don't know about, you will simply assume that the person writing knows more than you and is correct.
Yeah, completely true.
And so, if you are told as a 16-year-old that Africa is great, it's fantastic, it's just like us. The Africans just need some help. If we bring them over here, they'll integrate flawlessly, and not only that, but we will be better off for them. We will be culturally enriched, we'll have better food, society will be better, everything will be great. Your initial reaction is not going to be to analyze that statement. It's going to be, oh, okay then.
Yeah. And the Mark Twain, it's easier to fool a person than to get them to admit they've been fooled.
Yes.
Very, very true. Very, very fucking true.
As we saw today, I will not choose bigotry, no matter how many Muslims leap over me to bomb the opposition.
Yeah, no matter how close to death I come.
Even as I stare at the hand grenade, I will choose diversity.
Yeah.
Literally,
I believe you.
We're not even joking anymore. It's actually the man with a face full of shrapnel going, at least I wasn't a bigot.
Yeah, I'm not a racist. It's like, well, that's true.
You ignorant
Well done.
slut.
I can just...
You managed to avoid racism.
You know, let me see if I can try. There's the meme of the dog that's smiling into a bright... Oh, there we go. Into a bright light. I imagine that is the face of the leftist as the explosion just washes over him like, at least I wasn't racist.
Yeah. I got to die in line with my principles, so well done. I'm happy for you to die in line with your principles too.
There you go. Bro, Dev literally tried to act like the Muslim, throwing a bomb like no big deal. How can he fall and continue to fall?
Yeah, I mean, who knew how much further there was to fall?
Fred, American here. The competence of the CIA and the FBI, they ranged wildly up and down from complete morons to 4D chest level intellects.
Yeah, I believe it.
Michael Dobman, Yuri was correct. Yuri Bezmenov tried to warn us. He was too late.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Kamina 2, I'd rather die than hate. Leftist hubris. Furious Dan, this man is living proof that liberalism is national AIDS, zero survival instinct.
Yeah,
so John,
I mean, that's true.
There's no such thing as a moderate Muslim. There are covert Muslim extremists covering for overt Muslim extremists.
Well, I mean, I live in Britain, so I can't say anything about that.
I genuinely do believe, because I've known people who were Muslim and who had just behaved like everybody else, because to them, being Muslim is just an identity part. It's not even religious at that point.
Yeah. There are loads of them like that.
Yes, and that's the good part, because they just look at their book and go like, okay, I like this bit and that bit, and I'll keep those, and the part about stoning girls to death, I'll leave that alone.
Yeah, there are lots of people like that. But what do they do about the people who are hardcore?
Nothing. The problem is this works in Christianity because we don't have the people stoning people to death. And so you can read the Bible and get to the verse going like, right, so if your cousin wears a shirt made up of 2 different fibers, you're going to have to drag him out into the forest and beat him to death.
Yeah. Thankfully, hardcore Christians are just a bit annoying.
Yes, that's the thing. Hardcore Christians, majority of the time, are just annoying. Hardcore Muslims, a little worse.
Yeah.
Because Christianity has been able to reckon with its own contradictions by simply going, oh, yeah, that bit's obviously insane. I mean,
well,
I'm sure it made sense at the time.
There's no intrinsic doctrine of violence in Christianity.
Yes. Meanwhile, Islam was created specifically because that guy over there had something I wanted.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was literally a conquering creed of a warlord.
Sinestro, there are 3 types of humans in the world right now. The dodos, savages, and people. It really is a bit of a dodo mindset. It can't be denied.
Yeah. But I mean, we know what happens to dodos, so nature will eventually take its course.
Farscape Commander, imagine being told the stove is hot, refusing to believe it, touching it, burning yourself, and still believing that the people telling you the stove is hot are the idiots.
Oh, they're bad people. They're not just idiots. I can't believe you told me the stove was hot.
How could you? That hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, what a bastard you are.
What an absolute asshole.
Yeah.
Elder Saga for another 50. Thank you. If you were in charge of developing a pro-British political campaign for a university course as a devil's advocate position against multiculturalism and whatever for your debate course, could you develop a functional and professional pipeline at Grok? Yeah, that's why you need to ask Grok. God, I saw a study the other day that apparently something like 80% of people in school right now, like just like high school, not even something like serious like college or university, just high school, were using AI to write essays and to help them with their homework.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. It's mental, isn't it?
And I mean, on the one hand, sure, like if you ask Grok, okay, this is the formula, explain it to me like I'm an idiot, it actually will. And that's useful. I had Grok I had Grok explain to me how the power prices in Europe worked and how the fuck we pay for the most expensive energy. And it did. It explained it to me like I was an idiot. And I was like, oh, I understand now. They're just evil and malicious. It was
wow,
very illuminating.
Yeah, there we are.
Michael Doberman, it's a lot simpler. Leftists believe everyone else is as bad as they are because they lack imagination. Oh no, again, like they don't believe they're bad. They even when they are directly engaged in hypocrisy, they justify it by simply saying that their cause is better. They believe it like this. Okay, how do you defeat the bad idea? The bad idea is white nationalism, all of that stuff, my opposition. You just need a better idea. And so if you are doing it in the name of the better idea, you're justified.
Yeah.
Deep Space IV detected some kind of server lag, I think. Every so often the stream repeats 1 second and then keeps going. Probably YouTube just doing its usual YouTube-y things. Nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, sorry.
Tanushi, leftists can't comprehend that when they burn down society, they're also part of it. They stand amid the flames thinking they're untouchable.
Yeah, I mean, there is actually a character like this in Camp of the Saints, and he ends up opening up the prisons and getting murdered.
Well, I mean, yes, that would happen, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, you're free now from the oppression of the patriarchy and white supremacy and whatever else.
Yeah, everything's good. Josh Leak, hey Carl, can you explain the benefits benefits to mankind on having mice watch Mad Max over and over again? And do you think it was just the same one over and over, or would it be all the films?
I honestly don't know. We covered this on the podcast the other day. They were making mouse brains watch Mad Max or something. I can't exactly remember what the point was now. And it was just like, okay, well, I mean, I like Mad Max as much as anyone else.
See, this is one of those things where we actually do things like test if turnips can feel pain. And we already know that turnips can't feel pain, but every few years we run the test again, just in case the turnips developed the capacity to feel pain.
We've been torturing turnips.
Yes, for years and years. And my only explanation, honestly, is that this has to be some kind of governmental slush fund. It has to be some form of corruption, I swear to God. Like, it must be a program just to shift money into something else. It's the only possible conclusion I can come up with.
Yeah.
Zane Bushi, my friend likes tanks for the tank commander. That actually does put Victor in the lead right now, too, for the first time. Dark Innovator, hail Arch and Sargon. Sargon, is there any truth to an alleged leaked memo that Keir Starmer is planning to allow Westminster to bypass the Senate and Scottish Parliament in Wales, Scotland?
I haven't seen whether that's true or not. I've seen the headlines, but it sounds like something Keir Starmer would do, so I'm inclined to think it might be true.
British politics continues to be a fascinating place.
Yeah.
Mr. House Party, no fear, brothers. It is difficult to know no fear when surrounded by so much incompetence. And a bull, how does the Spanish judicial system justify making rape a relatively small fine the proper punishment? How did we get here from rape culture? That
I have lost.
That is a whole thing, isn't it? How did we arrive from patriarchy is so bad I have to walk back home with my keys clenched in my fist so that I can punch the rapist in the face to protect myself, to rape is permissible, but you're going to have to pay a $7,000 fine.
It's mental. If you're dark enough skinned, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, the answer basically is intersectionalism. Okay, when the intersectionals defeated the radical feminists is when this happened. Because to the intersectional, the woman is of significantly lesser value than the diverse man. Well, depending on her skin color too, I guess. Dreadnought Logan, we almost understand the left can never admit any fault because the second they admit it, they have a sea of blood to answer for, and every crime, every breath would be a true sin. Yes. There's a lot of things they would have to accept if they did that. Beowulf's Sweet Soft Sissy gifts an ArchCast membership. Thank you. That name. Charles the Beagle, you should look up the AR Wear Feminists, rediscovering the chastity belt. AR Wear? Anti-rape wear?
I guess so.
AR wear. Okay, yes, it's literally just like a chastity cage. It's pants difficult to take off. Okay. I mean, it makes sense. If you're a feminist living in the current world, you're probably going to ask yourself a lot of questions like, how do I avoid getting raped? Because not getting raped is no longer an option because of my politics.
Hmm.
It's been wearing. Had she been wearing out the attack meant curbed earlier? Resistance increased chance of avoiding completed rape without making the victim more likely to be physically injured. Okay, so it is literally just like a pants that's difficult to take off, I guess. You have some weapons that can't be cut or ripped open. These anti-rape pants are fashioned into boxes for active chicks or ones who even run. Nice.
Amazing. I hate to do this, so I've got to go, man.
All right. I shall see you again. Well, not next week, because I'm away next week, but...
No, you're away next week, aren't you? Yeah.
But thank you for hanging out, Sargon.
Anytime. Oh, but right, thanks, Harry. I'll see you all later.
See ya. MJ Bull, the so-called Wild West was less criminal. Yes, because they used to shoot people back then. They were consequences of crimes, unlike today. Brandon, it's not the Wild West, it's having a barbarian wilderness within your borders conducting raids. The TG4 workers in appliance retail that used to have a lot of theft, we were told that we couldn't intervene due to insurance and liability. They'd probably void your insurance, wouldn't they? If you intervened. God, Like, laws at this point only exist to punish those who respect them. Like, I had this thought while just sitting on the toilet the other day. Like, laws only exist to punish those who respect them now. It is no longer a legal framework intended to bind everyone into a commonly agreed upon social contract. It only exists to oppress those who believe in them. They are the only ones affected. If you have zero respect for the law and you just break in and steal shit, nothing will happen to you. Tanushi, if they choose collective protection of their criminals, maybe the authorities should start instituting collective punishment until that changes. Harry the Human Substitute Rancor. I wanted to make them stop doing the stealing, like when my uncle was in the police. He's retired and far past his prime, still looks like a tank compared to modern police. We used to have proper policemen. Not anymore. Miro, 10 for hands. Also, how's the vote with donation going? The fast food wars of Demolition Man all started with the burger mogging of 2026. Even the Columbus Library X account did a video mogging. See, that's 10 more for hands. So, hands is at 334 with the weighted vote, and Victor at 355. Right now. I've got Dinko working on a system to do these updates live as well, so that people can see exactly what is happening at that very moment. Right now, I'm just overwriting a picture to give you an update, and it looks like it's working. Yes, it might be. It might be. Right, where was I? Alva, civil war isn't a matter of time, it's a matter of when. It's a matter of, has it happened already? Unironically, I think it might be a question of when did it happen? And we're going to spend most of our time looking back and analyzing when it started. It's like, was that the moment? Was the springboard Muslim attack the moment? When was Fort Sumter in our timeline? That's going to be the primary question. Zeluxon, can the Quran? And I can't say the other one. Dreaded Logan, I would have that man flogged for hours, then sent to the gallows. You don't do that to a child. That used to be common morality, yes. Right, and YouTube is reloaded. So Viking, given the date of tomorrow's session, we demand an enemy wearing a hockey mask. On radio operator. Creepy Weirdo. Unrelated to the topic, but as either of you guys watch any of Federal Historian's videos, his content is evergreen and fascinating. We will actually have him on next week, actually. We have him slated for, well, not next week, because I'm away next week, but we've got him slated for the week, not after that even. For the first week of next month. There we go. I've finally managed to waffle my way towards the correct month, I think. As the week after next, when I return back home again, as I'll be gone for a week, then we will have Metatron on. Marine Elva, a debate I want to see, Dev from the ArchCast versus Ian from the Timcast. Carl, since you have been in both, who do you think will win? Yeah, I don't think Dev would do terribly in a debate. I really don't think so. Harry the Human Substitute Rancor. Oh, dude, there was a female police officer. My uncle knew one who helped take down a drug lord, willingly took a broken eye just to get the cuffs on him. The decline is real. Imagine a modern policewoman doing that. Well, you had to want to become a police officer back in the day. Now it's just employment. Johnson Smith, my state passed the 10% income tax, which is not legal under our state constitution. Democrats control the legislature, governorship, and Supreme Court, and they don't care that it's illegal. F them. Listen, I'm sitting here with my my 50% taxes, and it only gets worse. It only gets worse, brother. DV Mockles, campaign by the regional Restore Britain account to force BBC to mention Restore. Check out the Restore, the BBC on Google, please. Due to someone with all the left, etc., all the theft, etc., I wonder why my insurance is going up. I wonder too. How did the human substitute Renkar? More proof Sargon would like the Attack on Titan themes, or even did nothing wrong, by the way. Eren did nothing wrong. My ancestors might have committed, but if you act like this, you probably deserve those crimes. But I did not do it, so let it go, or I will make you. That Sargon's anime racism will never lessen, will never ebb. Anonymous, if I said no good come into this country and are incompatible with us, their kids are the same. Allah loving bomb throwing at them. It's both the most racist position and just a description of reality. It is both at once. It is true. Silly Sailor, speaking of role plays, why are all your older ones gone from YouTube? I used to love an episode of Lurking Hunger when I had a long drive. Reasons. On the old channel, it was because I purged anything and everything that wasn't lore, so I would just have that be a pure lore channel. And over here, because drama and fallout, presumably. The SV Titan, but without that 1/4, who would clean the toilets? That's right, who would pick the fruit? Who would serve the tea? Don't you understand? Our white privileged Western society is built on the back of brown slaves. The leftist position is a wild one. Johnson Smith, the voters have rejected these taxes 11 times. Through initiative, we forced them to let us vote on all tax increases, and then this income tax bill, they rejected our ability to do that. Tyrants. Of course they're tyrants. They were born to be. They've always wanted to be. Alex Handsome, I'll remind chat the tank operator is using a Panzer 4F2. Those didn't even start getting produced until early 1942. Art deceives. Lumiere Sargon. I'll take that as a vote for the tank operator then. Jonathan Smith, I know 10% seems like a little, but we have a massive amount of sales tax in this state because that is our only form of legal taxation. Let me guess, by a massive amount you mean 10%. Because we have 25% sales tax too. The average Norwegian pays close to 70% of their income in taxes and regulations. It's fucking unbearable. Marine Elva. Oh yeah, Starbuck left Seattle for a state income tax despite Washington state constitution prohibiting one. I thought an amendment was needed first. Donald Logan. His main headache is the old guard in the uni party. They sit on their hands a lot. Label thread. Madame Madami press conference equals Takia. Muslim lies. Dryfee, to be fair, when mentioning these attacks, isn't Iran the biggest sponsor of terrorism? Think there's any connection, or I'm being conspiratorial? Oh, I definitely think there is some connection here. Either simply just because people are going crazy because of the war and the left-wing propaganda surrounding it, that this is World War III, everything's coming to an end, etc., etc. And there might also just simply be Iranian-sponsored terrorist cells in America that have now been given the green light. Blubber, don't abandon debate. They killed Kirk because he was effective. If it's just a spectator sport where the opposition will not budge, then debate for the audience instead. It's a long-term tactic. It is a long-term tactic, but man, I mean, is there even an audience to be convinced anymore? Like, how many people would even turn into a debate anymore with the open mind of like, oh, I don't have a side in this, I just want to see. Lucian the Witch, have you watched Sentenced to be a Hero? I have not. Haven't even heard of it, actually. I am way behind on my anime watching. MacLeod, what is the game plan for reform when there is a massive voter base being imported in? Not to mention subverters on the right. Well, you've got to act now before they can manage to bring in even more voters. It really is the only hope. Yeah, that literally just has to be the plan. Try to get it done as quickly as possible. Mr. Dwarf Dude, working on my Masters in History. It's about the Peloponnesian War, looking into if the war and wars after helped Macedon in taking Greece. Thoughts? Sadly, the ancient warfare specialist just went to bed like the child he is. And I don't know enough about it, so, sorry.
Trick or treat. Can I smell your feet?
Xeno Demon, speaking of rationality, can we put the idea of egalitarianism, I'm presuming, to bed? We know that people are not rational, so it can't work on a fundamental level. It cannot work unless you make the government make it work. And even then, the government will fuck it up, because the government fucks everything up. And it would require an obscene quantity of tyranny. Mr. Twisted Frenzy. Historically, what was the solution dealing with manic ideologues and perpetual lies? Because I'm running out of ideas and patience dealing with the left. Overlord 2 Fund. I genuinely believe they just declared them witches and burned them. Unfortunately, that is not an option we have at the moment. Mrs. Benzar, please go through your Streamlabs today. I can say certain not spicy political incorrect things here. You cannot indeed. Axon Feka, the super chat is just to show how old you are, Sarkon. I started watching you in high school and I'm finishing medical residency in a few months. Sargon is an old man. Like, he's knocking on the door of 50 years old right now, and everything in his body is about to break down. It is a tragedy, but he's probably only got another 2 years left on this earth before it just collapses. It's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Down and go. Sargon, join our ArchBTM stream as a cameo for an episode. Maybe we could get a cameo done. Maybe. I'll keep it in mind. The Malcontent Arch. Gaming has made huge creative leaps. They are just from indies and people named Tyler. Maybe, but is that gaming? John Smith. The general lefty assumes everyone shares their values, so disagreement means either you're too dumb or you're a grifter or bad faith. Correct. Marksman. We are raising brain cells on Doom 4. Tank ally. We are actually doing that, yes, absurdly enough. Deep Space 8570, a bit more for Victor Stahl if this pool is too close. So this pool is too close. It is pretty goddamn close now, isn't it? It's 350 to 365. So again, if you haven't done so already, I highly recommend going on to the Discord server and casting your vote there as well. As you can, of course, engage in all of this via the powers of democracy, too. And then you get to watch loads of other terrible things, like awful AI art of Lumi being eaten by a fat walrus and having her feet licked. It happens. It's... Let's just say that it's a place where I am not responsible for the moderation, so... Deep Space IV, a bit more fictional. Other one. Max Rowe, Mueller Fund, because yogurt corners a niche. I don't know what that has to do with anything whatsoever. Nothing at all. Sandu, price from Eugenic stream, which is the Arch play. Same as everything else, I guess. $2.50 for a single stream. Thomas, what's up? PC Master Race, not anti-grape pants necessary. And Diswis, Dev is Santa. Laugh acting crazy and stupid for dollars, but Ian is the real deal. He even will make Destiny brain like a psyker failing his saving throw. Zedoxon, we should plan the point in our decline where we all commit to mass. We can at least make it an event to be remembered. God. You crazy little crazies. Oh. The goal of leftism is to abolish personal agency and reduce humanity to slavering beasts. King Wint says he tried to super chat me 3 times and just didn't work. I recommend Kick. If YouTube doesn't want to accept it, go to Kick. It should be a lot better than that. Humans fundamentally good, therefore human instincts are fundamentally good. They see anyone using agency is rejecting those good instincts, which is why they see us as evil. I don't even know if they think we are fundamentally good. I think rather they believe that we have the ability to think fundamentally good, and they just need to give us the correct opinion to think in order to be good. Hexy, Otto's best girl, but embrace him. And Siegfried von Felsenbord on Streamlabs, throwing in another 20 for Victor. The squad needs that damn tank. The squad does need that damn tank. 80, and the Streamlab bonus, which puts him at 390. So we have had a bit of a reversal here. Update that real quick. There we go. With Victor Stahl now taking the lead with 390 weighted votes towards Hans Mueller's 352 weighted. You are triggering my Norwegian with this. Weighted. Weighted. Whatever that means, that's what it is. And with that, we are at an end. Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you for hanging out today. Thank you for your very generous donations, as always. Thank you. And I will see you all again tomorrow with the Vampire RP. There will be an ArchCast, and we'll probably try to finish Metal Gear on Sunday, I'm hoping, and then I will be AFK for the next week thereafter, so I'm going on a brief vacation to make myself less depressed. After which, there will be 2 videos, hopefully, that week, by the way, so I won't leave you completely alone, and then we will be back to business as usual the following weeks. Oh, and Mayan has been for 5 months. Thank you very much, sir. Have you saw the White House video of we and striking in Iran? If not, you should. It's well made. I have been seeing the memes, yes. And it is at least pissing off all the right people, which is an excellent thing. Right. Till then, chat. Thank you.